Hey, this is Walter Jones.
This is Austin St. John.
And you're listening to Ranger Danger.
Go, go, Ranger Danger. Ooh. Go, go, Ranger Danger. Ooh. Go, go, Ranger Danger. Matt and Michael's Ranger Danger.
Welcome to Mighty Morphin Ranger Danger. This is the podcast where we watch an episode of the TV series Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. After that, we discuss it. We're going to watch episode number 95 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers today.
Nearly at 100, Matt.
Nearly there. The countdown is on. I'm rushing to it, which is why I'm talking fast. Because I figure the faster I talk, the sooner we'll get there.
I'm also rushing to it.
Yeah.
Good pun.
I
Good
quit.
start.
I'm out. Bye, guys. No, I'm not out. This is Scavenger Hunt we're going to be watching today. I love scavenger hunts.
Okay, so describe to me a scavenger hunt that you have been on that you loved.
Sure, but first, Jess is back. Welcome back, Jess.
Thank you.
Glad to have you back. Hopefully this episode is slightly better than the last one we watched.
Let's hope so.
So scavenger hunts. When I was younger, in my younger years, it was Easter. And a lot of my family at the time lived in Eden, which was a coastal town.
Which is a garden where Jesus is from.
I wasn't chilling with Jesus in the Garden of Eden.
Okay.
It's just a place.
Okay.
And my grandmother and my great-grandmother lived around the corner from each other. And at Eden, there's sort of a peninsula where part of the town is. And on that peninsula, there's just like one looping street.
Right.
So it's a pretty, like...
It's a small peninsula.
Yeah, it's like a sort of tiny community, particularly on that peninsula. And I woke up in the morning... and there was like a few little chocolate eggs and a note, and the note had like a hint on it. And the deep breath. The short version of the story is that it was a scavenger hunt that sort of started around the house and then sort of went to the park across the road, and then went around the corner to my great grandmother's place where there's some stuff, and then back to the beginning, and it led me to the dryer where there was like a huge sack of chocolate in the dryer.
So that's a dangerous place to put chocolate.
I think everyone knew it was in there.
Right. So did the Easter Bunny prepare the scavenger hunt for you?
That's exactly right.
Right.
And part of it was like there was little Easter Bunny footprints that led for certain stages. Instead of hints, there was like some physical searching. So yeah, it was a pretty fun experience.
How old would you have been at this point?
6 or 7, I guess.
Sure.
And each stage, along with the hint, there was like a few chocolate eggs.
Right.
It's pretty great.
Chocolate eggs are the best kind of eggs. Jess, are you a scavenger hunt person?
Love scavenger hunts. Love making them, and probably we do an adult version of a scavenger hunt with friends that involves food. So we do a bit of a.
Did you think an adult version of a scavenger hunt was like find the naked lady?
Maybe.
Oh,
I'm sure that could be arranged.
Food's good though, so tell us what's the story.
So we'll do, in a night, we'll have 3 different places to go to, and we'll have like a clue or a riddle as to where the first place is, and we'll kind of have a destination. So we've done one in the city, we did one in Newtown, so you kind of get a clue as to what the place is, so for your entree, and then for your main, and then dessert.
This sounds amazing, Jess.
It's excellent.
Matt likes riddles. I think Matt can go on record as being a riddle fan.
I love riddles. I love scavenger hunts. I love food. This is kind of everything I want in a thing.
But there
I'm
are
very
no
impressed.
naked ladies.
Well, look, that's fine. And I mean, I am in a relationship at the moment, so that's, there's only one naked lady in my life.
I'm sure she'll be very happy to hear that. I've got a thing for us to do this week.
Oh, great.
So on nick.com, which is the Nickelodeon website, they've released a quiz. Which Power Rangers generation are you?
Ah.
So you run through a bunch of questions, and it tells you which Power Rangers generation you are.
This sounds fun.
So I've got a couple of windows of it open, and I thought we'll walk through each step, everyone can do it, and we'll see what Power Rangers generations we are.
Great, let's do it. I love quizzes. Not as much as I love riddles, but that's fine.
All right, so the first question is...
Yes.
You're under attack.
Yep.
Grab a weapon.
Okay. Now, do you think I should take this as not knowing what the weapons are?
No, that's fair enough. You know what the weapons are. Jess won't know what the weapons are
Certainly.
because she's not a huge nerd.
Yeah.
So, we can see both outcomes. So there's a Thunder Slinger.
That's right.
There's the Yellow Time Force Ranger has a cannon.
Yep.
There's a Dino Spike.
Yep.
There's
A
a
fan.
Wild Force fan.
Yep.
I don't know what that is.
Some sort of gun.
Some sort of other gun that looks kind of like a car.
Yep.
Some swords. And a Super Megaforce pirate sword.
Now, do you think that picture with all the swords means that I'd get all of the swords?
I mean, how would you deal with 5 swords at once? Like 2, you can dual wield swords.
Yeah. But then if one gets broken, I have 3 more.
Unless you use them like Wolverine style and tuck them under your fingers.
This one's a genius.
Okay, I mean, so, yes, let's say you get 5 swords.
Okay.
Matt, which one are you going to pick?
Probably the Thunderslinger, to be honest.
You're going to pick the Thunder Slinger?
Yep.
Okay. Jess, what about you?
I quite like the fan-looking thing. That looks interesting. I don't know how you'd use it though. Maybe fan your enemies away, but that one's
sounds like a good
interesting.
decision. All right, and I am going to pick... I do like this gun that looks like a car.
Yep.
I'm down for that sort of
Okay.
thing. So, all right. The next question is, who do you call for backup?
Right.
So, Jess, you don't know who these people are.
So
No, I
there's
don't.
the White Ranger,
Yep.
the Special Ranger from Time Force.
Yep, the Quantum Ranger,
Quantum Ranger, thank you. Just the Blue Ranger from Dino Charge.
who we are big fans of.
He's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's the Special Ranger
And
from
SPD,
SPD.
6th Ranger, yep.
Yep. The Special Ranger from, I think it might be Samurai.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm not sure. It's a Gold Ranger of some sort. The Titanium Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue.
Yep.
The Wild Force Special Ranger, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
And that last one is definitely from Samurai. That's the Gold Ranger from Samurai, so I don't know what the other one is.
All right. So, Matt,
Yep.
who of those would you call for backup?
Definitely the Titanium Ranger.
Definitely the Titanium. Are you a fan of the Titanium Ranger?
Yeah, like I am, but also I think canonically he's established as very powerful.
Okay. Jess, based on, I guess, just how they look,
I like the yellow one.
which yellow one? This
That
yellow one?
one?
The Samurai 6th
Samurai.
Ranger.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to call Coda for... Oh, no. I clicked the wrong one.
Can you go back?
I cannot go... Yes, I can go back. I'm going to change.
Yep.
I'm
That's
picking
a good
Coda
quiz.
for backup.
Yep.
Because he's the raddest.
He is pretty cool. I like her.
All right. It's time for some energy, Matt.
Ah.
Grab a snack. So there's a hamburger,
Yep.
an icy pole,
Yep.
Some sushi,
Yep.
a dog treat,
Yep.
some, I guess, fish fingers,
Fish sticks, yeah.
some sort of frozen yogurt ice cream, a slice of pizza, and a glass of orange juice.
Now I'm,
I thought that was beer.
This is
sort of beer are you
This is a
drinking, Jess?
children's show.
I'm in a bit of a tricky situation here because as a vegetarian, all of the really nutritious options have been taken off the table.
Right. The sushi appears to be fish.
Yeah, that's definitely fish. I'm a vegetarian. That's like I don't eat fish.
Oh, really?
Did you not know that?
I just remember that you're a pain in the ass. I don't remember what specific sort of pain
That's
in the
fair.
ass.
Yeah. So, and I don't. I
Would you
feel
like
like
the
if-
dog treat?
If I go into battle, the dog treat's probably the right one for me. I
Really?
feel like it's going to have the most energy content.
I mean, okay.
Like
sure.
I need some carbs, Michael.
Jess, that seems like a terrible decision. What would you like to pick?
The beer orange juice, definitely.
Okay. I'm definitely going to go for the pizza.
Pepperoni though.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pick it off.
All right, fair enough.
All right, power up. What's your Megazord?
Yep.
So there is one I don't recognize.
Yep.
The Dino Charge Megazord.
Yep.
An SPD Megazord. Mm-hmm. Another one I don't recognize.
Yep.
Another one I don't recognize. The Lightspeed Rescue Megazord.
Yep.
The original Megazord.
Yep.
And the Super Megaforce Megazord.
I'm a big fan of the Lightspeed Rescue one. So
With the ladder extending fists.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. That's a good call. All right. What about you, Jess?
I like the dinosaur one.
Which
He's
dinosaur
pretty
one? This
cool. That
dinosaur
one,
one?
yeah.
Yep, the Dino Charge Megazord. He is pretty cool. You can't beat the classics. I'm going to go the original Mighty Morphin Megazord.
done.
All right. Pick an explosion.
Oh, I love explosions.
That's a great
I'm not going to
question.
describe all the explosions to you. There's one that's multiple colours. They're all different shapes and different sizes.
One appears to be destroying the city, which seems a bit harsh.
All right, Matt, which of those explosions do you like?
I like the third one. It's the brightest.
This one?
Yep.
It's like lots of multicoloured
Like a
explosions.
sparkler.
Yeah, it's sparkly. I like
Right.
sparkly.
Jess, what about you?
I quite like the rainbow coloured one. That's
Yep,
interesting.
the multiple coloured explosion. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm actually with Jess. I think that's the coolest explosion.
Okay.
All right. Who did you totally take down?
Oh.
So, Rita Repulsa,
Yep.
some sort of evil demon butler man, some sort of strange Japanese monster,
Fishman.
some sort of blue scaly thing.
Isn't he from Dino Charge?
I don't recognise him.
Maybe not. Maybe I just made that up.
Some sort of skull glowing eye man,
Yep.
red skull face,
Yep.
Zeltrax from Time Force, and Fury from Dino Charge.
Yep.
Matt, who did you totally take down?
Oh, that's a hard one. Definitely, what is it, Zeltrax?
Yeah, I think so, maybe.
Oh, no, actually, no, I feel bad about that. Because he could just be a man cosplaying at a gay bar.
Which are known for their cosplay.
That's right. So I don't want to have that happen. I might go for the skull guy with the red eyes. He
Yep.
looks unambiguously like a monster.
I definitely think you could not be argued with there. Jess, who did you totally take down?
Totally take down all of them, except, of course, probably the gay guy. Maybe the samurai guy. That's like the third one across. He
This
looks
samurai
quite
guy.
frightening.
It's a kind of a cool look.
It is,
actually.
yeah.
I don't know who that is. I like this guy with the skull and the red.
It's a cool
I
design.
don't know what's
He
going
looks
on
like he's
there,
from
but-
Terminator.
Right, it's time to go, guys.
Yep.
What's your ride? So there's a motorcycle, what looks like kind of like a Herbie bug.
Michael, it's the rad bug.
Is that? I don't think that's the rad bug.
It's absolutely the rad bug.
That doesn't look like I remember the
I
rad bug
promise
looking.
you, it's like got the dome on the top. And
Did
you
the
can
rad
also-
bug have the dome at the front?
No, it was on the top. And you can
No,
also
but there's
see,
also a dome at the front.
you can see Billy in his overalls.
I don't
Michael.
remember those domes, Matt.
I promise it's the rad bug.
There's no place like dome.
That's not. No, stop it.
There's a horse.
Yep.
There's a flying pirate ship.
Yep.
There's some sort of future ship.
Yep.
There's like 3 motorcycles.
Yep.
A jeep.
That's the Jeep from Dino Charge.
Yep. And what looks like an SPD motorcycle.
Yep.
Matt, what's your ride?
This is a hard one because, like, easily what appeals to me the most there is the flying pirate ship.
Yep.
But I'm also not big into Super Mega Force, like, at all.
Sure.
But I guess to be emotionally honest, I
Yeah,
have
you
to go
have
with
to
the
pick the flying
pirate.
pirate ship. All right. Jess, what about you?
I was totally going to pick the pirate ship.
You can also pick the pirate ship.
Okay, I picked the pirate ship.
It's the right choice. You did
Yeah.
the right thing.
I'm going to say this SPD police motorcycle looks pretty rad.
Okay.
Not the horse, it's not Cloppy.
That's not Cloppy. It's wearing clothes. All right. Where do you celebrate your victory?
Yep.
There's the Angel Grove Gym and Juice Bar.
Yep.
Some sort of, I don't know.
Does it say pigs?
It might.
Okay.
The Amber Beach Dinosaur Museum.
Yep.
A place called Ernie's Brain Freeze. Mm-hmm. Under the Sea.
Yep.
Rainbow's End.
Yep.
Jungle Karma Pizza. Or On the Moon.
On the moon with, like, some giant ethereal clock, space clock in the background.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Matt, where do you celebrate?
Underwater base, like, that's not the tightest shit out.
That's a pretty good decision. All right. Jess, where do you celebrate your victory?
I'd definitely be celebrating on the moon, I think. Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to say, you know what? I'm a sucker for a good dinosaur museum.
You are.
So, are you guys ready for the results?
I'm so ready.
So ready.
Matt,
Hit me.
which Power Rangers generation are you? You are Lightspeed Rescue.
I love it. I love Lightspeed Rescue. Very happy with that result.
All right, that's a good result. Jess, which Power Rangers generation are you? You are Power Rangers Jungle Fury.
Woohoo.
Matt and I don't know a lot about Jungle Fury.
Has a description there. Maybe read the description.
As Power Rangers Jungle Fury, you harness the power of animal spirits to defeat the evil Dai-Shi. It's up to you to defend Earth.
Excellent. And defend the Earth I will.
What does mine say, Michael? About-
Yours says, as Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, you use your talents in emergency service to save your town from ancient demons.
Yeah.
It's also up to you to defend Earth.
Okay. That's fine.
Which Power Rangers generation am I? SPD. As Power Rangers SPD, you live amongst aliens and must keep the world safe from the planet-conquering Trubian Empire.
Is it up to you to defend Earth,
It
Michael?
is also up to me to defend Earth.
Are you happy with SPD?
I am pretty happy with SPD. I don't know a lot about SPD,
Yeah.
but it's about space police, so how can you possibly go wrong?
Exactly. That was fun.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Nick.com.
Yeah. So you can also do that quiz. We'll put a link in the show notes.
Yep.
And tell us what generation you are.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll go do a scavenger hunt. No, we'll go watch
Don't
scavenger
get my
hunt.
hopes up like that.
I'm
Michael.
sorry, Matt. I'm really
Especially now that I know that there's food scavenger hunts out there, and I'm also very hungry.
All right. So we will be back in a bit.
And we're back. We just watched Scavenger Hunt with our eyes. Yeah, that's all I got. Jess, this is your second episode. What did you think?
It was significantly worse than the last one.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
I think taking such a rich and satisfying topic and not doing it justice is a great injustice,
Yeah.
I think.
Disappointed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's hurt me personally and emotionally.
No naked ladies.
No, no food. None of the things.
None of the things Matt likes, yeah. All right. So they're doing a scavenger hunt.
Yep.
It's Kimberly, Tommy, and Adam at this point.
Yes.
So the riddle that they're currently trying to solve is something about what's red and fast, and just take a photo of it.
And has wheels.
Tommy suggests a stop sign on roller skates, entirely sincerely.
No, I think Tommy is a tool, and he's one of those guys who never takes anything seriously, so just makes a joke.
I just thought he was an idiot.
No, I don't think he's that much of an idiot.
So we learned that Adam is on their team this year, so it's clearly something they've done before in the past.
Yeah.
But we don't really know what the structure is or what the organisation is that's responsible for it.
We've got no idea why they're doing it.
No.
They seem to be competing, we found out at the end, against Central High at least.
Yeah.
But they're also, it's called the Angel Grove Scavenger Hunt. So it's not like it's an intercity thing.
And they've split up into two teams of three.
But they're on the same team. They're just multitasking.
Getting different items. It's very confusing.
Anyway, Kimberly fucking loves scavenger hunts.
Yeah.
Kimberly may love scavenger hunts more than Matt loves scavenger hunts.
I would say we're probably equal.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Lord Zed doesn't love scavenger hunts. So he's going to send them on an endless scavenger hunt through every dimension in the universe.
At this point, I was so excited.
Matt actually made an audible noise.
I don't know why. I thought that we would actually get a scavenger hunt through dimensions. But the thought of it really excited me. And the fact that that didn't happen at all just made the entire rest of the episode so profoundly disappointing and infuriating.
So let's pause for a second, Matt.
Yeah.
Picture the episode that you would have liked.
Yep.
How does a scavenger hunt through dimensions work?
It's just like they just dress up some sets on like a soundstage. with,
Right.
like, bad dangling things. It's like, oh, this is a Halloween dimension.
Right.
And we can't escape here until we've found like the upside down pumpkin or something like that. You know?
Okay, as you're saying that,
Yeah.
that would have been amazing.
Right? This is what I'm saying. That's
I
what
want
wanted.
the Halloween dimension.
Yep. And now we're in the car dimension. And this is the styrofoam dimension.
There's surprisingly many styrofoam dimensions.
Yeah.
This show doesn't know what dimensions are either, but that's a separate issue.
That's a problem. Yeah. But wouldn't that have been amazing and doable?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not,
With
but
like little thought as well, like a little bit more than they obviously had.
Yes. It just requires just slightly more than the minimum amount of effort, which is unfortunately all you get on this show.
so in the juice bar,
Yeah.
Bulk and Skull are dressed as, I guess they're meant to be gypsies?
I guess. So there's a gypsy involved, and Power Rangers tackles the subject of gypsies with the
As-
characteristic sensitivity, cultural sensitivity that you'd expect from them.
It's a white woman doing an accent.
Yes.
Her name is Gypsy Abalonia, because everyone knows all gypsies put gypsy in front of their name.
Yep.
It's like Doctor.
So the idea is that she's going to help Bulk and Skull find the Power Rangers. She's going to do that by making vague statements,
Yep.
clicking little finger symbols,
Yep.
and telling Bulk to look into her eyes for some reason.
Yeah. And it's strange because Billy said, like, obviously doesn't believe that this woman has any powers. She's played as like a total, like, vapid woman who's just making shit up and is very over the top and
Yep.
melodramatic. But she actually does exactly what she's been asked to do
Yep.
twice.
Yep.
So I don't understand what the show's trying to communicate here.
Yeah.
Like, is she a ridiculous fraud?
The show is trying to say gypsies are some bullshit, but they've got real gypsy magic. Look, I'm aware that first of all, the term gypsy is
Yes.
considered offensive,
Yes.
and second, this kind of portrayal definitely would be.
Definitely.
I don't know enough to know like what the ideal portrayal would be,
Yeah.
but this show is definitely not hitting the right notes.
That's correct. And I think all you'd have to do is do some research and speak to...
Well, that's why this one. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. It's drawn... And I think the... Like, Romani people are one of the few groups of people where you could get away with blatant racism, or at least maybe you could in the mid-90s, you know? Like, if they
Certainly,
did
it would
this
be
with
like
black people,
it would be like having an Eskimo character. In that these days we're kind of like a bit more picky about that.
Yeah.
But even only 20 years ago,
if they showed up in, like, a parka.
you could have
And-
gotten away with a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is too far, guys. Come on.
And it's lazy.
Her
you
name
know?
Gypsy Abalonia. What? I don't call myself Maltese Michael, although I'm definitely going to now that I've said that out loud.
It's pretty sad.
All right, it is. The alliteration really just
Michael.
gets right into it.
Makes you sound like a walking noir film. The Maltese Michael.
All right.
To her credit, though, she did exactly what she said she was going to
Yeah,
do.
it's just
And
it's weird.
I would have been really worried if I was the Power Rangers. If she did have real gypsy powers, I would have been really upset.
So she tries to gypsy curse Billy.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work because Billy refuses to be involved.
She says, "Look into my eyes," and Billy's like, "No."
Nah, man.
I imagine the start of a horror film where like Billy accidentally hurts a gypsy,
Yeah.
and she tries to curse him, and he's just like, "Nope."
No, thanks.
Doesn't touch her, doesn't look at her, just
Yeah.
like nope. But the weird thing about it is, it's not like I would have no problem looking into her eyes because I don't believe that she has magical powers.
Yeah.
To not look into her eyes is saying, yes, she does probably have magical powers, but I'm not risking letting them affect me.
Yeah, it's definitely giving her some power over you.
Yeah.
If not physical power. Yeah.
All right, so Lord Zed's plan has changed a bit now.
Yep.
He's just going to send the Power Rangers to something called the Lost Universe,
Yep.
showing that the writers of this show also don't know what universes are.
There are lost galaxies though, but we'll get to that in a long time.
So many years.
It's weird though because we have another scene here where, not Finster,
Goldar,
nope.
Squat and Babu.
Squad Babu, thank you.
That's all right.
Are hiding behind their screen with the little like peepholes.
Yep,
Which is very strange because Lord Zed knows they're there still.
yep.
I don't. You know the way that Lord Zed talks about, oh, have you put the thing in the park so I can make it a monster now? Really does make me think like they shoot all of those things in bulk without even knowing what the lines will be. Because you don't need to see any of their mouths move. I think they probably just shot like 20 different shots of Lord Zed standing in different poses around there and never had to go back. Because all he has to do is point his stick over the railing every episode.
That's certainly not impossible.
Yeah. And it's just like, why would... They had to get it. Why would they not just bring it back to the moon? Like... Anyway.
So anyway, now Lord Zed wants Goldar to steal one of their scavenger items
Yep.
so that can become his next monster.
And he's like, hey, why not take the whole bag? Which I found hilarious.
I really like that. He's like, well, I've got one in mind, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they got like some flippers, and I can make a flipper monster as well. I don't know. Let's.
And also, like, I kind of need a bag.
Oh boy! So Billy's found a toy cannon, which is the answer to a riddle.
Yeah. Although, like, the riddle is one of the only vague ones that it could be like a trebuchet or something.
Yeah.
But the cannon that they get doesn't look anything like a cannon.
No,
at
it's
all.
like a science fiction cannon from like a future robot toy.
It looks more like a microphone stand or something like that than anything. And the way the riddle structure, it talks about kings using it. It's not like a period cannon.
No.
I feel
It's not like
they just-
when we say cannon, you know the thing that you're imagining.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Not that.
It's, yeah, like a old VCR silver crazy stand. It's just
Yeah.
not what you imagine a cannon to be at all.
Not at all. And it would make me think that they just got one wrong. Since we learned at the episode they didn't.
Yeah.
So apparently the organisers knew the contents of Billy's garage.
It's a weird... I think we'll talk about it at the end.
Yeah.
But it's... The structure of the scavenger hunt is bizarre.
Very strange, yeah.
So, Billy, Aisha, and Rocky are in the park when some putties appear. This time, like, arms wrapped around themselves and moving in... They're doing more and more weird shit.
It was like a weird can kind of dance
Just a fair
maneuver.
description.
Yeah.
It's just... I don't know. So, they fight, the putties. There's a cool bit where Billy chucks the bag into the air, like punches a putty, and then just catches it without looking.
It's pretty
just a
cool.
nice little thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some putties grab the bag and run away. Rocky says, "What's Zed going to do with those?" I mean, the same thing we do every night, Rocky. Is like
Use them to try to take over the world.
I do like the idea that Zed could have really actually messed with their scavenger hunt and led them to like some dark dungeon, but no, let's create a
That would be
monster
cool
instead.
plan, right?
Yeah.
Replace one of the clues, lead it to a trap. But no,
No.
just make a monster.
Yep, just make a monster. So he doesn't even just make a monster.
No.
He gets Goldar to take the cannon
Yep.
and hide it in the center of the park.
Yep.
Then he has to wait for just the right moment.
Which is about 3 seconds after he says just the right moment.
And then he just makes a monster like normal?
Yeah. There's no reason for it to be in the centre of the park or in the park at all.
No.
Just dumb.
Dumb. Cannon top.
Yes.
It's got
This is
lots,
our cannon head.
got lots of cannons all over him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, I guess.
can't-
But like an actual cannon that you would imagine,
not like
a...
the toy cannon.
No.
Not as though they had the design of the monster, found a toy cannon that looked like the monster, and were prepared for it. No. They just couldn't get a small toy cannon in time.
But this monster, like, the cannons on it are like modern military, like ship cannons.
Yeah.
They're not like, the cannons that kings would use. So once again, they haven't got the right cannon that looks like the monster. They didn't write the question for the scavenger hunt in the way that looks like either of the two things that they had. I don't understand how they got so wrong,
Who knows? So, Cannon Top,
Yep.
allegedly, can shoot the Rangers into an intergalactic dimension of no return.
He can't, though, as we'll learn.
He certainly doesn't. I'm not willing to say that it's impossible, but it's not something that he does this week.
Well, I mean, he cannot do it because he tried and was unable.
Are you sure he can undo it?
If I... Jess, you want to co-host a podcast?
Oh, please, can I stop? Oh, boy. All right, so, look, the Power Rangers go down.
Yeah.
Tommy says, be ready for anything, and then they are immediately hit by a cannon explosion.
Yep. They weren't terribly ready for it.
That just happened to look like the exact same scene from the previous episode we just
Here's
watched.
the deal. I actually feel like this is less a bit of reused footage and more just they only know how to shoot them getting hit by an explosion one way.
Yeah. And we've got an issue where... I don't know how much you know about Power Rangers, Jess, where it's actually adapted from a Japanese show called Super Sentai, where they take the suits and the monsters and the robots and then they just, shoot some American stuff. And sometimes they're able to get the suits from Japan to use and interact with the American actors.
Okay.
But in this situation,
No.
they don't. So that's why you never see the monster interact with the Power Rangers. They're always, you see...
Doing
Separate
explosions
scenes.
from very
Yeah.
far off. And
And the monster's in a forest, and then the Rangers are in a park that doesn't look like a forest really at all. But there's some green stuff, and that's the closest they can get to looking at.
you know what would be an incredibly useful ability for the Power Rangers to have at this point?
The ability to bounce energy.
Yeah,
back.
some sort of energy barrier that they could create just by holding hands.
Yeah.
Was bullshit last week, and it's even more bullshit this week, guys.
That's right.
You want to invent a new power for them, go right ahead. I'm all for it.
Just use it.
But you've got to use it more than once.
So did you skip over the bit where they're in the hall at the school doing the scavenger hunt?
Oh, I probably did.
Gypsy Abalone turns up, and is like, oh, the Power Rangers are here, but then makes Bulk and Skull fall on the floor? It's very
I
strange.
feel like I skipped it because I still have no idea what was happening.
I mean, once again, she was leading them to the Power Rangers.
Yes.
But it just didn't work out for them. And I think that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the Power Rangers, they
Yeah.
decide they're going to fight fire with fire
Yep.
by creating the Power
Cannon.
Blaster.
They didn't get the cannon.
They didn't. The Power Cannon is a separate thing that we have also seen on this show
I had this in my notes.
that they did not use this week.
It's so strange too because the way they were talking about the cannon when they got it, it was like, oh, this will be a replacement for the Power Blaster. It's more powerful, right?
Yep.
But no,
They
it's
literally
gone.
haven't used it since then.
No.
They haven't used the Power Blaster
You know why?
in a long time.
Yep.
They're both just stock footage.
Yep.
There's no reason to use one over the other. One of them is called the Power Cannon.
Yes.
It's just... Did they forget?
Definitely. 100%.
Maybe they lost it.
The worst part is that is probably what happened.
Yeah.
This goddamn show. I hate it so much. Alright, so they summon the Thunder Zords.
Yep.
They summon the Thunder Megazord.
They don't, actually.
Don't they?
No, there's no Thunder Megazord. They summon the Thunder Zords.
Yep.
And Tommy summons the Tiger.
Oh, sorry, that's
Tiger
true.
Zord. The first thing they do is the Red Dragon Zord in warrior mode sits on top of the Tiger Zord and does its like a lance thing. with
Yep.
The monster and hits
That's
it.
pretty cool.
That
I
is-
dig that thing.
That is pretty cool. And then Tommy says we need to make the Thunder Ultra Zord, and to do this we'll need Tor. So Tor, who's the big turtle guy, he rolls out, blasts the monster with some cannons.
And then they don't make the Ultra Zord.
They don't make the Ultra Zord.
There's a rule on this show.
Yeah.
The Ultra Zord is just everything together.
Yes.
In this season, it makes a giant rock that they drop on enemies from the sky. It's the best thing on this show, I swear to God. What they make is the Mega Tiger Zord,
Yes.
which is the Tiger Zord with some extra bits.
Yeah.
And to be fair, one of those bits is it shoots a phoenix through Tron.
Yeah,
We
which is
like
pretty
that
cool.
too, but it is not the Ultra Zord.
Which is like, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just don't say it. Don't use those words. There's no reason you couldn't say, oh, we need Tor for help. Get Tor out. Tor out, it comes out, blast the guys. All right, let's make the Mega Tiger Zord. Fine. That's it. That's the footage you've got.
Do you want to be disappointed, Matt?
Never. But
This
I
is the last episode that Tor appears in.
Really?
That's the last appearance of Tor.
That's so sad.
Yep.
What a way to go, Tor.
Yep. It's also the last appearance of the Power Blaster, but
I don't-
that's, I don't care about that as much as I care about the giant robot turtle.
I just assumed we'd seen the last of the Power Blaster after we saw
Months
Power
ago.
Cannon. Yeah. Oh, poor Tor. I'll remember you, Tor.
Yeah. There's a bit during this Megazord fight as well where we go back to the command center
Yeah.
and Alpha says there's bad news. The computer scans indicate that Lord Zed has opened the lost dimension.
Yeah.
Isn't it the intergalactic galaxy of no return? There's
All the
something
better.
in there about there being no return.
But that doesn't mean anything.
No.
It doesn't...
We never see anything.
No.
I mean, the first thing that screenwriters are taught is show, don't tell. We never see like a portal.
But the worst part about this is they didn't even have to tell
No.
because it's not a thing.
Nothing happens.
It's not like they already had footage of that Megazord being flown into another dimension and they're working around that.
No.
This is just they've made up a problem that the Rangers don't ever solve.
Yes.
I hate this show.
It's pretty.
Remember the names of the things on your own show. Write them down on pictures.
It's crazy to me that they can demonstrate this level of amateurishness.
That's a good word to stumble on.
Yeah. Irony.
It's like the poor writing.
Yeah.
They were under pressure. It's a particularly weird way to produce a television show.
Yep.
I'm willing to give them a pass on some of that. Not remembering the names of the stuff in your own show. Is there not a guy or a book or
Like, it'd be like Adam turning up in the scene.
and him being called
Well,
Zach
Or Zach.
or
Either way.
Kevin or like
Yeah.
anything. It's just... Or an additional Power Ranger showing up just for this week.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Power Rangers.
That's up to you, listeners. We love you.
No, we love you, but I hate this show. I hate this show so much. All right, let's finish this off before I kill
Before
myself.
Michael dies
So they destroy the cannon top.
with the Phoenix Neutron,
Yep.
which I like seeing.
Yeah. So they're back at the juice bar.
Yep.
And Ernie says they'd better hurry because he heard that Central High got all their items.
Yep.
So, yeah, I guess it's inter-school
I guess so.
scavenger. It's weird because some of the things they need, like photos of stuff,
Yeah.
and some of the things they need, physical things. But the physical things weren't, like, planted by the judges.
They seem to be stolen.
So, say you need a cannon, right? If you live in Angel Grove and the scavenger hunt is in Angel Grove, you're fine. You go to someone's house, someone's got a toy cannon somewhere.
Yeah.
If you've bust in from the next town over, where are you meant to get a toy cannon from?
You break in. You just have to, just start canvassing houses.
It's just, it makes no sense.
Very lazy. Common theme
I
here.
wonder how many people have toy cannons just hanging around anyway.
Not many people, I'd say. Also, they find out that the last riddle is, what's rainbow and fights evil monsters?
None of them get
They
it.
don't.
None of them get it.
They're
Tommy
so-
especially looks genuinely confused.
Yeah. What's rainbow and fights evil monsters? What could it possibly be?
It takes Ernie to go, guys, I'm not allowed to tell. I'm not allowed to help. It's a
Well, that's
kid's.
the thing. Ernie's ruining this children's competition by giving them answers.
But he has to, because otherwise nothing would ever get done. They can solve these bizarrely esoteric, made up riddles with vague solutions.
Yeah.
But as soon as there's one that's, us,
Yeah.
they're just like, I don't know what it is. So Ernie's luckily got a publicity photo of the Power Rangers out the back.
For their mini kits that they send out,
We've discussed it before, but it's dumb and makes no sense.
Yep.
We've discussed that a lot of times
Although,
before.
a few episodes ago, they did do an appearance on a talk show,
You mean the Harvey Garvey show?
the Harvey Harvey show. So it's not out of the question that they're sending out publicity kits now.
I guess. So, look, Mrs. Racist, Gypsy lady,
Yep.
Madame Abalone. She's not even called Madame something.
Gypsy Abalone.
That's normally the racist world they draw on, but they've gone to a different one, a lazier one.
They
this
only
time.
ever go to new wells when it's for bad things. Any good things they just reuse endlessly until it has no longer any meaning.
So she tells Bulk and Skull, well, I've found the Power Rangers. They're right in front of you.
Yeah.
And they are. But there's also a photo. So you'd think at this point the number of times that they've nearly found the Power Rangers and it's turned out that those 6 were there,
Yeah.
you'd get a little suspicious.
Vulcan Skull, though.
So the kids from Central High try to turn in their...
Hang on, they fired Gypsy Abalonia.
Oh, yeah. Well,
In a very mean fashion. I just want to say that she was very poorly treated for someone who did an incredible job.
I want to know how they hired her.
Yeah.
How can they afford to pay her? They don't have
Yeah.
jobs.
What's the recruitment process?
Yeah, how do you
Is it-
find
yeah,
the best
Craigslist back
gypsy?
then.
Yeah, do you know when my birthday is?
Yeah. I don't. Who knows?
So the kids from Central High try to turn theirs in. Luckily, they've missed an item. I mean, they have a checklist. I don't know how you'd miss something.
The way I read that line was you've got one of them is wrong, basically.
Well, that's not what they say.
Yeah.
This show is dumb.
And Jess, you raise a good point that the bag was stolen from them.
Yeah.
At no point did they seem to recover the bag that had half of the items they needed. But I guess it's back now, including the cannon, which I guess turned back into a cannon after.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
We've seen that
It
happen
does happen,
before.
That's true.
So Rocky, as they're passing Bulk and Skull, says, guess you guys should have practiced your magic act, huh? And this is the 3rd or 4th time now that Rocky just says things that are vaguely related to what's going on.
But also not right at all.
He hasn't,
Has an intellectual disability.
you know when you have a conversation with someone, you might have had this, Matt, where you talk to someone about the podcast.
Yeah.
And if they're an older person, they don't really know what the podcast is.
Yeah.
And so at the end of it, they might go well, good luck with your radio show.
Yeah.
And it's Okay, you were close, but you didn't quite know what was going on.
Yeah.
Rocky is like that all the time with everything that happens.
He just doesn't quite understand anything that's going on.
He thought they were practicing a magic act. Everyone else is like, Rocky, they've hired a gypsy, and he's like, yeah, for their magic act. They're gonna do some magic. I love magic. Yay!
I worry about that boy.
So they win the scavenger hunt.
Yay, cheating. Hooray for cheating.
I mean,
That's today's moral.
I guess my real problem is if they had time to win the scavenger hunt and destroy a giant monster,
Yep.
what were the other teams doing?
Well, don't forget they've won a marathon and, in the middle of a marathon, had time to go and fight a giant monster and come back and finish the marathon and still win.
I'm pretty sure they didn't win that time, though. I'm sure the show had the common sense for them to come in at the back.
Oh, no, they did, but they were, immediately behind the other people.
Yes.
Seconds behind. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the episode. That was so bad. On our scale, our Rocky, Aisha, Adam scale, Rocky. Hard Rocky.
I can't disagree with you there. Jess, you agree?
100%.
All right. How did we feel about Carrot Top?
Carrot Top?
Is that not what the monster was? Sorry, I was paying the Rocky level of attention.
I'm not saying that Carrot Top isn't a monster, but I just want to, just so it's on the record one more time, never, ever, ever promise me an interdimensional scavenger hunt and then not give me an interdimensional scavenger hunt. I will hold that against you for the rest of my life. I'm going to find out who wrote this episode, and they're going to go on my grudge list.
I mean, look, if I can be perfectly honest, Matt, it was not likely that anyone was going to promise you an intergalactic scavenger hunt.
But just in case, I can't speak today. Oh, God.
In space.
In space, yes.
Just in space.
Just in space.
I like that expression. That's growing on me.
Yeah.
Just in space, guys. So, Ranger Danger creature feature.
That's exactly what I just said a second ago, Michael.
What did we think of Carrot Top?
Not Carrot Top.
I've forgotten his actual name.
Cannon Top.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He's covered in cannons, Michael. You can't go wrong.
He's covered in carrots?
He's not even remotely orange.
Threw a pencil at Michael. He deserved it. Look, not bad. Middle of the range. Somewhere?
Middle of the range. How would you compare him to Dramol?
No interesting gimmick. You're supposed to have one, but he actually didn't.
How would you compare him to Frankenstein?
Very similar.
Okay.
Probably, I'd say visually, as a visual design, more creative than Frankenstein, so above.
Okay. Well, slightly above Frankenstein, we've got the Bloom of Doom.
I think the Bloom of Doom was more creative and had more, plot relevance.
All right. Let's look in between. We're looking at Robo-Goat.
What do you think, Michael? Robo-Goat or Cannon Top?
I'd go Robo-Goat over Cannon Top.
All right. He actually wasn't Robo in any real
No,
way.
he was just
That's a big
He
goat.
was like a giant cannon with cannons for arms.
Yeah, okay, well, between Robo-Goat and Frankenstein, we've got Nimrod, the Scarlet Sentinel, who is that horrifying mask on the back of a fist.
Yeah. He was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I reckon below that. What do you think?
All right, below Nimrod but above Frankenstein puts him in at number 77.
Done. Boy, I hope we get some good episodes soon.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It's been rough going. I know we've got some multi-part episodes coming up soon, so maybe that'll...
Yeah, well, I've got to be honest. Next week,
Yeah.
we've got The Great Bukala Escape,
Yes, that is happening.
which I'm pretty sure was an Australian horror film, but
I think you're thinking of the Babadook.
isn't that what I said? The Great
And it's
Bukala...
not a Babadook escape. The Babadook doesn't escape. You escape from the Babadook.
Well, maybe that's what it's about.
Maybe.
I kind of hope it's like a prison wartime movie.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
It's like The Great Bukala Escape. He rides a motorcycle over the fence.
Yeah, we're definitely not getting that.
Tim has demanded to be on that episode, so
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there. All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Jess.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're so welcome. It's been really good. Good to have you on the show.
All right. We'll be back next week.
Probably.
I think that's all we
we
got.
die from Power Rangers toxification tonight.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Should we have been worried about that? Is there a shot or something we can take?
There is. It takes the pain away.
Oh my god. All right, we're going to have to end this now before we start advocating suicide. Bye, guys.